here to talk about a couple of important topics. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
And this first topic, very important for iPhone users because today they're making a big announcement.
Yeah.
It is said to be the iPhone 7. And I'm sure you've had a lot of inquiries from people wondering what it's all about.
Yeah, in just a few hours they're going to announce it. And the big news this year is that there's no auxiliary cable anymore, no headphone jack.
Okay.
And so they're going to kind of connect that with the power cable that you use called the lightning connector. So that's how you're going to do it. And then inside the box they're going to give you an adapter so you can use your old headphones with it. And a lot of people say, hey, this is a money grab for Apple, just trying to make a little extra money on the licensing. But frankly, it's kind of a pain to have two things sticking out of the bottom of your phone. So I think it's kind of nice. They're also going to make it a little more weatherproof like the Apple Watch, and so they're going to take the home button and make it not clickable anymore, so there's not that little ridge around it anymore. But otherwise, it's just going to be faster, thinner, a little bit cooler.
What are you hearing about the camera? Because we're hearing an improvement with the optics.
Yeah, well, it turns out that the new iPhone 7 Plus is going to have two cameras on the back. One is going to be a wide-angle lens, and one is going to be a telephoto lens, so you can kind of zoom in, which is going to be kind of cool, especially for people that do a lot of photography with their phone. And then it's a 12-megapixel camera, so that's going to be kind of nice.
So people have waited 2 years for this. In your opinion, based on what you hear so far, has it been worth the wait for the iPhone 7 to make a change from the 6?
If most people are like me, they're probably save up their upgrades until the new one comes out, and so it's going to sell out. It's going to be awesome again as usual, and they're likely going to announce that it's going to be able to be pre-ordered by Friday, which means it'll deliver sometime in mid-October. Okay. And of course, it's going to be one of the fastest-selling iPhones ever, like it is every year. Something
else that we're going to talk about, and this is something that I didn't know is happening, is sextortion happening through Facebook, right? So what's going on with that?
So like a scammer sets up a fake profile. They target you first. They set up a fake profile and they friend you and all your friends. Maybe they say you're from the same place you work at or they went to the same school you went to.
Right.
And then they send you a message and they say, hey, let's chat, let's talk about whatever. And you start talking, all of a sudden it gets a little flirty. They say, hey, let's move this to Skype, let's do a little video call. And as you guys are talking, all of a sudden the person starts taking off their clothes and asks you to do the same. They get you in a compromising position, and sure enough, they send you a message that says, hey, I just recorded that, and I'm going to send it all to all your friends and family unless you pay me some money.
Well, here's my question with this. With Skype, you can see the other person, right?
Yeah.
So is it, if these are fake profiles, then who's the other person you're talking to?
Well, a lot of times they're also victims. A lot of times they're from the Philippines or they've been recruited to do this job for them, kind of thing. But it's not just
women being forced to do it.
Yes, and it's not just targeting men. It's 70%, according to the Brookings Institute, 70% of victims are actually children. And here's kind of a frightening thing: 43 cases that reported in 2015, 28% of them ended in suicide or attempted suicide. And so they're targeting children now. Right. I'll give you an example. Amanda Todd in British Columbia, she was coerced to show her breasts on camera. Well, the guy who victimized her said he was going to send it to all her friends and family. So she posted a famous video on YouTube where she talks about what happened to her and trying to help other people. Within days, she'd committed suicide for that.
Just awful.
One of the things you can do to prevent this, number one, is if they ask you to pay, don't pay.
Yeah.
Contact authorities. Remember, anything you do on camera can be used against you, so make sure you don't do anything compromising on camera.
Great advice. Ryan Alger with Tech to you. We'll be right back after this.